What's up, friends? Welcome back to Toy Lips. Today we are taking a look at the fresh monkey fiction Naughty or Nice collection Mall Santa from Arlen Pelletier Studio Incorporated. Now, all these big guys are doing all these Santas, but they're not doing this one. You know, maybe it came out a little before that, but come on, this is the only one you need. I'm not out here to spend $1,000 buying a dozen variations of Santa Claus, even though the Santa Tars look fantastic, you know. But, 'tis the season and all that. I did want to go over this Mall Santa with the stogie and the smashed gift and the little bear. Nice fresh window box packaging here. Pretty standard for modern action figures. You gotta like that display space there. The little thing sticking past the top has never been my thing. But back to the back here, you get this nice cross-sell of all of these ones. Checking it twice. Gremlin King, he's gonna find out if Father Christmas... But whatever. You know, I'm not here for all that. Showcase your own unique Christmas spirit and so forth. This is a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. Says so right there. Here on the bottom, though, check it out. Designed and sculpted by Arlen Pelletier. Packaging designed by Christopher Nico. Logo designed by Jason Bienvenu. Perfectly suitable for 0 to 15 sad babies.
You're rushing, honey. You're gonna choke.
If you want to get this for yourself, you can, of course, check Big Bad Toy Store or, more generally, the internet. Let's open this bad boy up. Right off the top, he does come with all of this stuff here, but first let's take a closer look at the figure itself. The overall aesthetic, I think, is absolutely perfect. This is a dude in a Santa Claus suit. You can see that it's a little bit dingy. Great detail here. They've got this nice little paint wash going over the reds. And in all of these other colors here, the white of the suit all dirtied up here. This beard that's barely hanging on. He's got the sweet little hat that is removable. Bits of paint coming off on my fingers. And it's sort of shaped a certain way for his big balding noggin. Get a little closer to there. He's got this appropriately sad sort of face going on. Pretty nicely painted stubble there. Features some red and bags under the eyes. That one pupil is perhaps a little bit high. He's got that little stogie in his mouth, though. Several colors of paint on that. That is going to be a little fragile, so just watch out when you're grabbing and jerking and posing that around. Sculpted ears here. He's got this hair, perhaps just an extra little dry brushed lighter color over the top of that. More detail all the way around the back of the thing, too. The wash continues, and in the white, it's looking really dingy. Proportionally, too, it's just a, clown body. Insane clown body over here. Looking pretty good. Off-white on the gloves. Brown boots, painted buckles. Big, juicy one here. I think he's looking great. It's instantly recognizable as a dude dressed as Santa. And a nod to, degenerate mall Santas everywhere. You know, everybody's head goes to that movie with that dude and that kid and the wooden pickle and so on. Make you some sandwiches. So it is a really effective and evocative design, I think. Plus all of the extra that you just don't see from a lot of mass market figures. Big companies that don't need to paint their figures, I guess, because they still sell better than anything. Peg holes on the bottoms of the feet. Not a whole lot more to say about the look that you can't see here. It's Santa. He's looking dingy. He's looking great. Checking out that articulation. This head is socketed on here. Pretty rudimentary. It's a little bit stiff out of the package. And that beard is a little softer, but it's going to hinder you looking down about that far. Back, you're going to run into the hair sculpt there. It'll tilt side to side a little bit and will, of course, rotate around. Just be careful where you're putting your paws, your digits. Don't snap off that stogie. Arms are socketed into this single-piece torso here. And you can get those up to a 90 there. You can see that hinge under there, and they will rotate around. Single jointed elbows here. Yeah. They'll come up to about a 90, but they will also hinge because they're just pegged into that. So that works pretty well. Down here at the wrist, you get a standard hinge on there. It's hindered slightly by this rock hard little sleeve piece. But still, they'll come in and out a little bit, and they'll rotate around. There are no other hands, so you're going to have to be getting it done with these little graspers. So again, big single-piece torso, just socketed down onto the lower section. And you'll be able to get that to rock forward a little bit and to come back quite a bit too. It will also rotate and bob and sway and swivel. And the sculpt kind of runs out there, but, do you need him coming back that far? A little bit limited, but pretty legit. It feels decent in hand. Here at the waist, he will come way out to the sides here. This is a much softer overlay, and it is split at the sides here too. So he can do the splits better than some other figures. Comes forward all the way. Back is hindered that little bit. He does have a thigh cut up here that will twist all the way around. Single jointed knee, but it comes back to a 90, and it does swivel on that, so you get that little bit of extra because there is no boot cut, but you do get this hinge down here that'll come back this far, forward this far, and it does have that nice ankle rocker. He does have a plug in his butt too, but that's just part of the Christmas magic, right? Articulation is decent, you know, a little better than you'd expect in some ways, but otherwise mostly what you would expect from a single-jointed sack of crap like this jerk. Let's go. Digging in on those accessories a little bit, he does, of course, have the hat. He's got a nice little bell here in a couple colors of paint. He's got the little piece inside there that is just sort of sculpted, stuck to one end there. Ringing that hog, swinging that hog. Little bottle of whiskey. How cool is that? You can even read, you know, parts of it. Same label on both sides. That's pretty unrealistic, right? No, but it is cast in this like translucent whiskey color. Little painted black cap. That's nice. Comes with this sweet little teddy bear. No bloodstains not included, but it does have a nice dingy wash over it. And some nice detailing on the face. Gingerbread Johnny over here. We've bitten half of his head off. But again, the paint is really clean. Brown with little white flourishes. Slightly soft, not super brittle. And one of my favorite pieces here, this awesome smashed gift. It's got some great sculpt work in the thing too. The ribbon and the bow. You know, with the two sad graspers, you got to get creative on how he holds it. Maybe you can just pinch it between the two arms there. Or you could maybe even work one of the edges into a thing here. You'll have to get creative with that, because that's all he's got. And then he does come with a stand here. Nice embossed naughty or nice logo on the thing. A couple of peg holes on that sucker. Figure stands are always cool. He's large feet, he kind of overshoots it a little, but I guess it's not going to have that big a footprint on a shelf. That's pretty good. And the hands are a little bit malleable, so you can kind of work this stuff in there. Some of the items, though, are going to run into the collar as well. Got this hog, swinging this hog. Next to my trusty freestanding footstick here, old Filthy Claus is about 6.5 inches to the top of that dome. And now it's time for comparison time. Between a red and a green Hulk, Jada's Street Fighter, Bison, and Guile, a couple of Raphael figures, from NECA in a slightly larger scale, and the IDW from BST. The characters every kid wants for Christmas from companies that no parent would buy for their kids. We got the Mafex Batman and an SHF Spider-Man. Messing with another fictitious monkey, we got Unparalleled's Big O, and another mall rat, the Marvel Legends Jubilation Lee. And finally, because it's always the season, we got the Marvel Legends MCU Fresh and Clean Wolverine and Deadpool. Alright, end of the day, after the cookies and the milk have been set out for that chimney crawling creep, what do I really think here? I think this is a pretty sweet figure. I mean, you could tell it's got some limitations, but the amount of love and detail that went into it, I'm not someone who's going to need a dozen Santa figures. I can respect the hustle. They're trying to get some money out of those molds. And you know what? That wizard one, it's all translucent blue plastic. That actually looks really good. But for me, for my money, I took a look around and I was like, let me catch that mall Santa. Call it a day. This is hilarious. Regular people can see this on the shelf and think it's funny as well. They'll also see the rest of this room and they'll be like backing away slow. You know what I mean? But if you haven't seen it yet, check out the Santa tar. They're using like the reindeer mixed with the Santa. It's this big fat belly hanging out over this. Much love to Fresh Monkey Fiction for what they put together. I always love some well thought out accessories. Maybe a couple other hands to hold the stuff proper, but you get the idea. It doesn't necessarily need a bunch of hands that you're just going to stick in a bin and forget about. Anyway, I know the big boys have been putting out videos of like all the fresh Monkey Fiction Santa figures. You know what I'm saying? And there's not an update to this guy, and I just wanted to make sure people knew that if they were looking for something a little bit different than what they're seeing right now, this guy, he's out there. He's been out there. I just figured this was a good opportunity for me to finally get to it. And you know what? It's a good opportunity for you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll leave little videos underneath your tree. You know what I'm saying? I don't need milk and cookies, though. I like eggnog and tacos. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Hope y'all have a safe and happy holiday, and that you get to share it with some people you love. Whoa, 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 whoa. The chapel bells are ringing. Whoa, whoa, whoa.